Steel Toes and Scoreboards Podcast. Word association, Dirty Curdy. First thing that comes to mind.
He changed the league, am I wrong?
God, I hate Tom Brady. He's talented, but yeah.
You just won't call him the GOAT, will you?
We should have called ourselves the hashtag Tits Podcast. 1,000 downloads a day, guaranteed.
Two idiots talking sports. I love it, bro.
Is he the best running back you've ever seen?
If he's not, then who is? Who do you put at number one, bro?
There will be a Detroit Pistons Bad Boys episode one day.
Man, you love that 2-year run, don't you?
No, I do. You can get a hot bat anywhere. You build around your pitching, or at least I do if I'm in charge.
Pitching and defense wins your World Series, hands down.
I came out of the closet as a Lakers fan.
Whoa, bro. Scared me there for a second.
Oh, sure bet. Sure bet. There will be an increase of boxing talk on this show. I love boxing.
I'm down for that anytime.
Our few non-sports episodes have been pretty well received.
We do a good thing by running a two-fold podcast.
Please put Pete Rose in the damn Hall of Fame.
Charlie Hustle, the all-time hits leader. It's political bullshit, and if he ever sees the Hall of Fame, it'll be after he's no longer with us.
I miss the NBA I grew up on in the 90s and the early 2000s.
The game isn't the same that these kids can play.
We're starting to talk more hockey, and that's never a bad thing.
Puck the world, puck it all.
Puck the world, Kurt says. I promise you, I can work a pro wrestling reference into every episode. Want to see me do it?
Weird flex, but okay.
I can't believe, seriously, in all seriousness, I can't believe we've been doing this show a year now.
I can't believe people still listen after a year, you know. You have the perfect face for radio.
Oh, cut me deep, son. Cut me deep. He exploded a bird with a fastball. I seen it happen.
Randy Johnson, the big unit.
The big unit. So, I got a little soccer news for you.
No, let me stop you right there. That's a no for me. We don't talk soccer on this show.
All right, fair enough. Let me ask you, though. Does Kobe win 3 in a row without Shaq on the Lakers?
What do you think?
Well, that's pretty tough. All right, well, look at it this way. He's a future Hall of Fame quarterback.
Without question. And he's still so young. Lots of knowledge left in that kid.
All right, guys, enjoy the next episode of Steel Toes and Scoreboards coming to you now. All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Steel Toes and Scoreboards. Remotely recorded on a weeknight, Jared Atkins with his homeboy on the other end of the phone, Kurt Kelly.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Sweating her out, man.
How was today, son?
Been a hot son of a buck.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot, huh?
It's hot,
Yeah. Well, you know what? I wish I'd be out there sweating. I've got the Rona again.
Yeah, I know. That's what you said.
Yeah, I was supposed to be with you last weekend, and
yeah, what the hell?
I don't know. You'd think I got, huh?
You got stuck a couple times.
I got stuck a couple times. I didn't get the third stick. I don't think I'm going to now.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
My buddy texted me. He said if I had to stab my dog 3 times to prevent rabies with a rabies, and he still got the rabies.
Rabies, yeah.
Anyways, so we're gonna do things a little bit different tonight.
Yeah.
We were recording a full length episode on a weeknight.
Right.
Run us probably about an hour and a half or so. Before we get started, I got a couple things for you.
Okay.
Because I've been wanting a chance to talk to you about this in person, and we haven't been able to get together. So this other podcast that we're going to do the collaboration with.
Yeah.
You're still kind of excited about that, right?
Yeah.
They've been mentioning us on some of their episodes. Just in passing, they reached out, and one of the ideas they have is they want to do a double recording session. which means we record an episode with them, and then they'll record one with us, whatever we want to talk about.
Okay.
They have an idea for me and you, specifically Dutch, who is the man on the podcast, because it's man and woman.
Right.
And he's a big baseball nerd like we are.
Okay.
He's a big sports nerd.
Right.
He wants to know what you would think about recording an episode on sports cards, specifically baseball cards.
Yeah, sure.
And I told him that you, I'm sure as a young boy, had a shoebox full of cards, and you might even still have some.
Yeah, I still got a few.
So I told him after we recorded our next episode, I'd get back with them on that. We'd try to start setting a date up.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
You want to do that?
Yeah, man, that sounds like fun.
Okay. And one other thing, just because I don't know why I want to do this first, but before we get into the episode, I'm going to go ahead and give you the choices for next week's episode.
Okay.
Or, because I got the kids this weekend, so it'll be the following weekend before we get together.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you 5 choices, and that way you can think about it.
I need to write them down here.
Oh, you're going to write them down real fast?
Yep, let's write them down.
Okay.
I got my pen.
You ready?
Yep.
First episode is Richard Petty is king. Basically, we're just going to talk about Richard Petty.
Right.
The second episode, we're going to talk about the great outdoors. Hunting, fishing, trapping, gardening, all the stuff you love to do.
I like it, yeah.
Episode 3, 1990 World Series. Let's test your knowledge. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Who was it?
Braves.
No, not 90.
No, 90. Shit, I can't remember that.
Reds over the A's.
Yes, I do remember that. Holy shit, Barry Larkin and the boys. Eric Davis.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Episode 4, 2006 World Series. Cardinals over Tigers.
Damn good World Series.
And then episode 5 is just a bonus episode. We just press record and whatever fucking sticks.
Okay.
So at the end of the episode, unless you've already made your mind up, at the end of the episode, you let me know.
I think I pretty much got it narrowed down to
2.
2, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, tonight we're doing our first full-length Super Bowl episode.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
Yeah, let's give a little applause for the Super Bowl.
Now you can push the other button for messing up.
Yeah.
No. Super Bowl. 36?
36. I gave you the option to randomly pick them.
Right.
This went down on February 3rd, 2002. This was for the 2001 NFL season, which was the New England Patriots against the greatest show on turf,
Yeah.
the St. Louis Rams.
Kurt Playboy Warner.
That's right. Ultimately, of course, this would be the start of the Patriots dynasty and the end of the Rams' dynasty.
Right. Much as it pains us, but
this would snap the AFC East long streak of not being able to win a Super Bowl. It was also the Patriots' first Super Bowl championship, their first championship of any kind in the league. This was the last Super Bowl to feature the Rams until they returned to LA, where they would face the Patriots for the 2018 season in February 2019.
Right.
This Super Bowl was held in New Orleans, Louisiana. Of course, as we know, in 2001, what big event happened a week before the season kicked off was 9/11.
Right.
As a result of that, they rescheduled the Super Bowl because they pushed the opening season opener for the league back a week. So everything moved back a week. So this was the first Super Bowl to be played in February, which has since become a tradition. We've never had a January Super Bowl since. And what's also notable about this was the halftime show was headlined by U2.
Oh, yeah.
Who honored Bono, who honored the victims of 9/11.
Right.
And due to this was the most security, the most heavily security presence of any Super Bowl to date. Because, I mean, you got to remember, here we are 6 months after this happened. We don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
Right.
So,
yeah.
This was the last Super Bowl to be played in New Orleans before Katrina destroyed it. So, I think
it seems like a long time ago.
2001.
Wow.
Well, I take it back. It was February 2002. I was an 8th grader because I graduated junior high and I started as a freshman in the fall of 2002. So I would have been second semester of my 8th grade year here.
I've been working in electronics. Jasper.
Oh, really?
Yep.
God, 2002. That's such a long time ago. 20 years.
20 years. Yep.
20 years. This was the Rams' second Super Bowl appearance in 3 seasons. They had posted an NFL best 14-2 regular season record. Kurt Warner, greatest show on turf. Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce,
Torrey
Holt.
Talented.
Outstanding. Yeah, you know one thing I forgot to put in the notes?
What's that?
The lineups for each team. The lineups. But we'll get it. I got the internet connected down here.
I was just watching when you texted me, I was watching the first quarter of it.
Was you?
Yeah. Well, got into a few possessions apiece.
I think you seem pretty excited about this. I mean, I gave you a list of, which for those of you that don't remember the Waco episode, Kurt and I was just like, we're going to pick some random Super Bowls, and then I just kept throwing numbers at Kurt, and he shot down everything I threw at him.
Well,
so then we got a week out from Saturday when we were supposed to record. I'm like, dude, we got to pick something tonight. And he's like, okay, give me 5 more. And then he hollered back this one, 36, and I couldn't remember who played in 36.
I
so
looked it up right away.
Is that what you were doing? Were you Googling them?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good Super Bowl, I think.
Oh, yeah. So, because this is such a short episode compared to the baseball episode, basically there's about a paragraph or two about the regular season and then each of the 2 playoff games and then the game itself. So I'll probably go through those unless you want to just skip right to meat and taters.
No, it's give us the details on it.
All right. So the 2000. Okay. All right. Do we need to pay a bill tonight? Should we do that?
Yeah, I think we should.
Because I mean, we are running like a full length episode, so.
Right.
Screw it. Let's do it real quick.
Yep.
All right, guys. Check out Main Street Designs LLC in Jasper, Indiana. It's a small family-owned business that specializes in laser engraving and direct garment printing. They offer vinyl decals, baby blankets, and other personalized items for you or your business. They do great work. You can check them out on Facebook. They've offered to make a logo for us umpteen times over. I need to get that done. Maybe when me and Kurt get this $1 million contract from Spotify like Joe Rogan, we'll give him a call. But anyways, give him a phone call at 812-661-7765 or message them on Facebook. Again, that's Main Street Designs LLC in Jasper. Call them. Kurt says call them. Dude, I'm telling you right now, they made some tumblers for some wedding here not that long ago, and these were the coolest looking freaking tumblers ever.
I've heard they're really, really good at what they do.
Yeah, dude, they're just okay. Let's get into it.
Yep.
Okay, so the 2001 season was the Rams' 65th season in the NFL. This was their 7th season in St. Louis at the time because they had moved from L.A., and this was their 2nd season under head coach Mike Martz. They improved on their 10-6 record from the 2000 season, and they finished 14-2. They were first place in the NFC West, and they ended up finishing first in the entire National Football League. They had a perfect 8-0 record on the road, and Kurt Warner would go on to win his second league MVP. Along with Warner's 1999 MVP award and Marshall Faulk's 2000 MVP award, the Rams had won the last 3 NFL MVP awards. Greatest show on turf.
Man, Marshall Faulk, dude. He was always falling forward, man.
You know what I think Marshall Faulk? I'm a homer. I think Indianapolis Colts. Marshall Faulk.
Yeah.
But to this day, I would if we ever decide to do a top 10 episode again, which I said we wouldn't do no more for 6 months after the way this point guard thing went down. If we ever do a top 10 running backs, Marshall Faulk makes the top 10, maybe even top 5.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So,
Running back.
in doing this, they also became the first team in NFL history to open 3 consecutive seasons with 6 straight wins, and the first to score 500 or more points in 3 consecutive seasons. So this is honestly aptly named the greatest show on turf for a reason. Like, I mean, it was Rams mania everywhere. You go back, I can remember going back. You going back 98, 99, 2000. It's Rams mania everywhere.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. So they cruise first round bye in the playoffs. They don't play wild card weekend. The next weekend comes up, divisional round against the Green Bay Packers. They stomped them out 45-17 at the Dome in St. Louis.
Would that have been Favre would have been gone, wouldn't he?
No, not
he's still
02.
there. Yeah, he's still there. Yeah.
Oh, not 02, son. No.
No, he wasn't there.
Hey, you gave me a pick'em today. You said Pat Summerall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat Summerall and Joe Madden did the commentary on this game.
Yes.
So
I figured I'd switch it up on you a little bit and throw you maybe some good commentator, you know.
hey, Pat Summerall, man.
Dick Enberg was good too. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
I agree.
he was.
Yeah.
Pat did the play-by-play, him and John, for this Super Bowl.
Yes.
This would have been the last Super Bowl they called together, too.
Like, boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Frank Colli, you ever watch Frank Caliendo do his John Madden impersonations?
He's pretty good at it.
He
man.
does the best John Madden.
Oh yeah.
There's a video somewhere on YouTube of John Madden and Frank Caliendo doing a John Madden together, and the guy's blindfolded, and so he can't tell which one's which, and he actually picked Caliendo.
No way.
Thinking it was John. Yeah, it's fucking crazy how good he is.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, he is pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I got in my notes. So this divisional round matchup featured 2 of the league's highest rated quarterbacks, with Favre and Warner going head to head. But it become pretty lopsided immediately as St. Louis's defense forced 8 turnovers. Favre threw for 281 yards. He tied a playoff record by tossing 6 interceptions, though.
Ouch.
3 of which went for pick 6, baby.
Ouch.
The Packers generated most of their offense early in the game, but the turnovers gave the Rams a 24-10 halftime lead. The Rams would then return 2 interceptions in the second half to put the game away. So, let's see. Did I... Okay. So the Rams DBs opened up the scoring by returning an interception from Favre for 29 yards. The next time Green Bay had the ball, they turned it over again, and the defensive back stripped the ball from running back Amon Green, and Rams rookie DB Adam Archuleta, who was a first-round draft pick. Or no, he wasn't first round. He was a draft pick that season, but he wasn't first round. I don't remember when he was.
Damn good safety.
Oh yeah. One of my all-time favorite players. He recovered the ball. The Rams weren't able to take advantage of it. A few plays later, Warner's pass was intercepted by probably one of my top 10 favorite safeties of all time, Darren Sharper.
Yeah.
On the Packers' 35-yard line. Favre would then throw a couple slant passes in to Donald Driver before tying the game with a 22-yard touchdown pass. The Rams would come right back with a 15-yard completion down to Akeem, and a 38-yard slant route to Marshall Faulk. So they're going back and forth. A couple plays later, Warner scores a 4-yard touchdown pass to Torrey Holt to put the Rams back in the lead. Then Green Bay's next possession, Favre's intercepted, and it's returned 45 yards for a touchdown. Let's see what else we got here.
Turnover pass.
Yeah. Then a kickoff was returned for a touchdown. For on the Rams side, Green Bay would still manage to score a field goal right before halftime, which would give the Rams a 24-10 halftime lead. In the second half, the Rams would score 2 touchdowns in a span of 92 seconds.
Wow.
On Green Bay's opening drive of the second half, Ahman Green's 49-yard run moved the ball into Rams territory, but on the 3 plays later, the ball was stripped away, and the Rams recovered it and returned it for a touchdown. A replay challenge was overruled, and then 3 plays later, Torrey Holt's 50-yard reception set up a 7-yard touchdown run by Marshall Faulk. So we slept. Yeah, we slept the fourth quarter, and basically the Rams defense scored again with another interception return.
At this point, momentum is
Yeah. So this is Brett Favre and the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
I mean, yeah, Favre's only got 1 Super Bowl ring, but it's still Brett Favre. When he was there, the Packers were always pretty much a playoff contender.
Oh, yeah.
I think they missed the playoffs, 2 or 3 times maybe in his entire span at QB.
Yes.
So, but, I mean, he just got, 6 interceptions in a game.
Yeah, the momentum was, heavy.
Yeah. So, the next week, we cruise on to the NFC Championship game. This is against the Philadelphia Eagles. This goes down on January 27th, 2002. This game was a lot closer. This game was decided by 5 points. The Rams bested the Eagles 29-24. Pat Summerall and John Madden was on the call again. Basically what I put here, I didn't put too much in here about this. So the Eagles had a 17-13 lead at halftime and had not allowed more than 21 points per game during the season and the playoffs. So the Eagles' defense was pretty good that season.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But the Rams bounced back after Kurt Warner completed 2/3 of his passes for 212 yards, and Marshall Faulk had 159 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. So now this was early in the Donovan McNabb era. So in the first quarter, McNabb fumbled while being sacked by defensive end Leonard Little, who, by the way, did not get enough credit for being the player he was back in the day.
I have to agree with you. Sure.
One of my favorite players. God, you know what? I can't name half the guys on these rosters nowadays. But man, when I was a teenager and in my early 20s and my childhood, I bet you I could name 75% of everybody on each team.
Right on.
But some of these guys, I just miss the football from back then. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, Leonard Little gets the fumble or the strip. Yeah, sack fumble. Rams recovered it on the 20-yard line, and then 5 plays later, Warner with a beautiful 5-yard pass to Isaac Bruce. Philadelphia would bounce back with an 11-play, 50-yard drive featuring a 20-yard run by Deuce Staley.
Deuce Staley, yeah.
That's a name we ain't heard in a while.
It's been a minute. Yeah. Pretty good running back.
That ended with a 46-yard field goal by David Akers.
Remember him too? Left
Yep. Yes, right.
Yep.
And then there was a kickoff returned. Falk did some rushing. 27-yard field goal was made by the Rams. The Rams would take a 10-3 lead. In the second quarter, The Rams kicker hit the crossbar on a 53-yard field goal attempt, and the Eagles took over on the 43-yard line. On the next play, rookie running back Correll Buckhalter.
Yep.
God, I'm missing all these guys. Correll Buckhalter broke off a 31-yard run to the St. Louis 26, and then a few plays later, Deuce Staley would finish the drive with a 1-yard touchdown run to tie the game. But then on the opposite end of things, on the Rams' very next drive, a 31-yard run by Marshall Faulk set up a 39-yard field goal by Wilkins, and the Rams retook the lead, but they did not hold it as McNabb and company responded with a couple completions down the field before throwing a 12-yard touchdown pass with 47 seconds left to go in the half. So got a little bit of a nail-biter here.
Right.
St. Louis dominated the Eagles in the third quarter. They held the ball for 12 minutes and 30 seconds in the third quarter.
Damn.
Limiting Philadelphia, they had just 5 offensive plays the entire third quarter.
That kind of tells the story of the game.
That
right
time
there,
of possession, you know, people don't pay enough
Realize
attention to
that,
that.
yeah.
Time of possession is a big thing.
Yes.
So they go back and forth a little bit here. Let's see. Warner completed. I lost my place. They fumbled the opening kickoff, and the Rams recovered it. 7 runs by Marshall Faulk for 27 yards. Warner threw a 21-yard pass to Torrey Holt. They set up another field goal. Then the game became 17-16. They forced a 3-and-out. The Rams drove 71 yards in 10 plays. Marshall Faulk scored a touchdown. And then we're at 22-17. And basically after this, they just start to run away with it a little bit. I mean, I shouldn't say run away because, like I said, the final score was 24-29, but then it becomes 22-17 before the start of the fourth quarter.
Right, and think about it. Philadelphia defense been on the field the whole third quarter, it sounds like. So, the big momentum was tipping.
Yeah, so that's kind of how the Rams got there that season.
Right.
And they're kind of top dog because for the last 2 or 3 years, they've been the greatest show on turf anyways. Mm-hmm. So it appears to everybody on the outside that no matter who they're going to face, I mean, they
got a pretty good chance of winning. Yeah.
Favorite, yeah. So now, here's how we get to the start of the fucking Patriots dynasty. Yeah. I hate the Patriots.
I do. Cheaters.
So, their 2001 season was the 32nd season in the NFL and their 42nd season overall. I don't know where they played before. Don't really care.
They
So
had a Super Bowl appearance before this.
they did because I'm pretty sure that's who Favre and the Packers beat.
Bears. 85 Bears.
Maybe 2 then. Because I'm pretty sure that's who Favre and the Packers played when they won their Super Bowl in 96.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
Okay, so they finished the season 11-5 and won the AFC East title. Coming off a 5th place finish in the AFC East during Belichick's first season in 2000, the Patriots were not expected to do much better in 2001. On August 6th, the day after my birthday, on August 6th, quarterbacks coach Dick Rabin died of cardiomyopathy at the age of 45. In the second game of the regular season, 9-year starting quarterback Drew Bledsoe, who had just received a 10-year contract extension in March, was injured on a hit by Jets linebacker Mo Lewis, which caused Tom Brady, a 6th-round draft pick in 2000 out of the University of Michigan, who had only thrown 3 passes the season before, to enter the game serving as the Patriots' 4th-string rookie the season before. So he was the 4th-string rookie the season before, only threw 3 passes the season before, and now he's coming in on,
Yeah.
the second game of the season, and this is where I always ask you: if Drew Bledsoe never got hurt, I mean,
it'd be different. Things would be different.
I mean, I'm not saying the son of a bitch didn't have the talent and he wouldn't have got what he got, because I can't put all that on Belichick. Some of that is Brady,
right?
But it would have had to been a lot of stars aligning and a lot of right opportunities, because if Bledsoe never got hurt, he wouldn't have got to play except for like mop-up duty in postseason.
Exactly.
So you don't really know what you got. It would be like a Matt Flynn when he played for the Packers, and he had that awesome game in Week 17 when they benched Rodgers for the playoffs, and then Flynn goes to Seattle, and they end up starting Russell Wilson.
Yep.
So, but anyways,
if fate would have it.
as fate would have it.
Yes.
So the Patriots would lose that game and fall 0-2, but Brady would start the final 14 games of the season, and somehow he compiled an 11-3 record as a starter. They clinched the second seed in the AFC behind. Any guess?
Pittsburgh
Steelers. You fucking homer. As a result, the Patriots became the first team in NFL history to win the Super Bowl after starting the season 1-3, and only the second team in NFL history to win the Super Bowl after starting the season 2-3 after the 1980 Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, which is funny because with the second seed in the AFC East playoffs, they would face the Oakland Raiders at home in Foxborough in the first, following a first round bye in the snowstorm, which has often been known as
what is this game infamous for?
the Tuck Rule, which we'll get to that here in just a couple of minutes.
Right on.
And then, of course, they would go on to defeat the top-seeded Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC Championship game. So, let's just hang on just a second here. As it would turn out, the 2001 season would serve as a launching pad for the New England Patriots. In the next 18 seasons, they would win 16 more division titles, win 8 more AFC championships in their 12 AFC Championship game appearances, win 5 more Super Bowl titles out of their 8 Super Bowl appearances, and achieve an undefeated regular season followed by a 2-1 playoff record in 2007. Shout out New York Giants.
And get caught cheating twice.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay.
I'm sure I was going to give you plenty of time to... So here we go. The infamous game. So... on Saturday, January 19th, 2002, I was watching this game.
Yeah, me too.
19 degrees, 8 o'clock p.m. on the East Coast. Heavy snow, 60,000 people. I mean, and when I say heavy snow...
Heavy snow.
Yeah, me and Kurt mean heavy. Like, think of how fat I am. Like, heavy snow.
It was coming down at a tremendous rate.
Dude, visibility was like nothing. Like, how the fuck are you going to see the ball being thrown downfield?
Yeah. They had a hard time keeping the 10 yards, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, them yard line markers.
This would be the final one being played at Foxborough Stadium before they went to Gillette.
Right.
Okay.
How fun that would have been.
This is the infamous Tuck Rule game. The team struggled heavily in the snow in the first half. There was the same number of punts as first downs in the first half, and they converted only 1 of 13 third downs.
Wow.
Now, the Raiders were quarterbacked at the time by a guy that, back in the old Madden playing days,
yeah,
he wasn't a bad guy. He was a solid starter.
Rich Gannon.
Atta boy, Kurt.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad a quarterback.
No, Rich Gannon was solid.
He was solid, yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Rich Gannon, though, was fairly efficient at somehow, surprisingly, he completed 10 of 14 passes for 87 yards, and including a 13-yard touchdown pass to James Jett early in the second quarter. Where are we at here? Early in the second quarter.
You got to think it don't ever snow in Oakland, you know?
No, don't ever snow in If it snows in California, the world's come to an end, right?
Right. No,
at least in Oakland. I mean, in Northern Cali, they get it, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're out of their element already.
Yeah. Like, and this is Boston, Massachusetts. Like, we got this, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the second half, things began to open up for New England. Surprisingly, they basically decided to abandon the running game, and they relied on Brady, which you still don't know what you have in Tom yet, other than he's had a decent season, and you could call an outlier of that saying he's just a good game manager or they got good defense. I'm saying at this point in the postseason of his second year, you still don't know what you have in him. So to pretty much put the pressure on him and just abandon the running game, I mean, is it a wing and a prayer? I mean,
I don't know. It lit something under him, I think.
So he ended up completing 26 of 39 passes for 238 yards in the second half.
Wow.
On the opening drive of the third quarter, he led the Patriots 62 yards in 12 plays down to the Raiders' 5-yard line, where Adam Vinatieri would make a 23-yard field goal to cut the score 7-3. Oakland responded with a 10-play, 43-yard drive and scored a 38-yard field goal from the 2000 round 1 draft pick, Sebastian Janikowski. How you ever waste a first-round draft pick on a kicker?
He had a solid career, but...
That's the most Oakland thing. That's some Cleveland Browns shit, honestly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anyways, after forcing a punt, a 22-yard reception by Oakland wide receiver in the twilight of his career, Jerry Rice, would set up Janikowski's second field goal, giving the Raiders a 13-3 lead with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Here we go. In the fourth quarter, Brady led the Patriots on a 10-play, 67-yard drive, completing 9 consecutive passes for 61 yards and finishing it with a 6-yard touchdown run. Later in the quarter, the infamous Tuck incident occurred.
Yes.
And here we go. I'm gonna read this, and then I'm gonna let you bitch because it's gonna be funny, and I want to have it on tape for future generations to hear. As Brady dropped back to pass, he lost the ball while being tackled by his former college teammate and one of the most intimidating defensive players ever, a Heisman winner, Charles Woodson.
Yes.
And Oakland linebacker Greg Biekert recovered it with a minute 43 left. However, thank God for instant replay, right?
Replay, yeah.
However, an instant replay challenge caused referee Walt Coleman to overturn the fumble, ruling Brady's arm had been moving forward while being tackled, making the play an incomplete pass. Which sent everybody in Foxborough up in cheers and everybody watching at home in Oakland smashing their television sets.
Yes, terrible call.
Taking advantage of the second chance, Brady led the Patriots inside the Raiders' 30-yard line where Vinatieri made a 45-yard field goal with 27 seconds left. A dramatic kick through heavy snowfall that barely cleared the crossbar, but it won to send the game into overtime.
Yes.
New England would win the coin toss and drove for the winning field goal on a possession that featured a risky 4th down and 4 conversion attempt from Brady, who would throw a 6-yard pass to David Patton at the Raiders' 22-yard line to keep the drive alive. While Vinatieri's game-tying kick had the wind at his back, this drive was into the wind, and the Patriots wanted to move closer. Following 5 runs from Smith and 1 from Brady, and after a drive of more than 8 minutes, Vinatieri hit a 23-yard field goal to give the Pats a 16-13 overtime win. And now you can go.
That was a terrible call. I don't know. That's a fumble all day.
It's fumble all day.
That's a fumble all day. His arm is not going forward.
If I could play the audio while I was on the phone with you, I would. And I didn't bring my work phone downstairs with me, so I don't have a backup option. But
so it begins the cheating era of the England Patriots. I said it. Hot take.
I mean, we could spend a whole entire episode based on not just bad calls, but on the tuck rule game and the tuck rule itself.
Yeah.
I've looked at this a million. It's been 20 years now, over 20 years. It's like been 20 and a half years now.
Right.
I thought it was a bad call then.
And it's still a bad call.
And as I look at it now, it's still a bad call. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What do you make that call in that situation? Coleman was probably thinking he was doing the right thing, but it's still.
I don't know what he's looking at.
To me, it's not an incomplete pass.
No, it's a fumble.
But
all day recovered by the Raiders. Ball game.
Poor Raiders. They get screwed with the immaculate reception.
Yeah. The tuck rule. I don't know. It was a bad call, and the game actually it turned the game. You know, I hate when something like that happens.
So here's the thing. There's no Patriots dynasty. Potentially, we've always argued if Bledsoe never got hurt. But what if the tuck rule never got reversed?
They don't make it to the Super Bowl that year.
Rich Gannon was no slouch at quarterback.
No,
and
quarterback.
Go ahead.
As a matter of fact, he took him to the Super Bowl. Was it a year before that or a year?
Something like that. Was Gruden still coaching, or was he already in Tampa Bay?
Gruden was in Tampa Bay, and they played the Buccaneers. Trent Dilfer and the boys.
Trent Dilfer.
Just to manage the game, quarterback.
Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer, all them guys.
Yes. Barbers. Not Barber, but...
Yeah, Rondé Barber was a defensive back. Derek Brooks was a linebacker.
Yeah. Mike Allstott.
Hey, Mike Allstott was a beast.
Yes, he was a beast. Their defense was Tampa 2. That's where the Tampa 2 comes in.
Monty Kiffin.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Look at me go. Shout out myself. Yeah. Monty Kiffin, baby.
Good call, man.
One of the best defensive minds in football history.
Outside of Dick LeBeau, yeah. But...
Oh, God. Homer.
I know.
So, unfortunately, that means the number 2 seed is advancing on in the AFC to face the number 1 seed at Heinz Field, which, by the way, we really missed the boat on a current events episode this week.
Yeah, I know.
AccuSynFit. What the fuck is that?
Well, I don't know.
There's actually petitions going around on change.org to get it changed back to... and there's thousands of signatures, and I'm like, this is probably like $100 million a year naming right thing. The Steelers aren't giving this money back, so...
Right. Joe Green Stadium, man.
Joe Green Stadium.
That's where it all starts, man.
Rooney Field.
Yeah, there's something, I don't care anything but what they call it. That's money there. Talking.
Okay, so here we go. Sunday, January 27th, 2002, 12:30 p.m., kickoff time, 50-degree temperatures, sunny skies, beautiful weather, 65,000 people crammed into Heinz Field. And Drew Bledsoe comes into the game in the second quarter in place of an injured Tom Brady. Isn't that kind of funny?
It is kind of funny.
So, Patriots receiver Troy Brown, who was...
he eat us alive, dude. He literally beat us upset by himself.
55-yard punt return touchdown with 3:42 left in the first quarter. Pittsburgh drove 65 yards in 10 plays, scoring on a 30-yard field goal from Chris Brown. Later in the quarter, Brady completed a 28-yard pass to the Brown at the Steelers' 40-yard line, but was knocked out of the game Bledsoe took over without missing a beat, rushing for 4 yards and completing 3 passes to David Patton, an 11-yard touchdown to give the Patriots a 14-3 lead. On the first drive of the second half, Teddy Bruschi recovered a fumbled snap on the Steelers' 35-yard line. By the way, when I think back that era, those Steelers, they're not Steelers, the Patriots linebacking core there for a few years, Teddy Bruschi and Willie McGinnis both.
Top rate.
Junior Seau.
Top shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Bruschi's a comeback story because, he had the injury or the stroke or whatever he had. You might hate the Patriots, and I might hate the Patriots, and a lot of people do, but I can't think of anybody that's ever said a bad word about Teddy Bruschi.
I like Teddy.
He might played a little rough, but he's a class act. Anyways, just showing a little Teddy Bruschi love.
He's supposed to be rough. He's a linebacker.
Well, it's a linebacker. That's the best position to play. You get to bust everybody in the mouth.
That's right.
So, the Patriots gained only 2 yards on their next 4 plays and ended up turning the ball over on downs. Pittsburgh would drive 52 yards to the 16-yard line to set up Chris Brown's second field goal attempt, but this time his kick was blocked, and Troy Brown recovered the ball. After returning it 11 yards, Brown threw a lateral pass to Antoine Harris, who took the ball the remaining 45 yards for a touchdown to increase New England's lead 21-3. Of course, the Steelers struck back with quarterback, my guy that you wouldn't let me put on the Steelers list. You remember who was quarterback?
Tommy Mays?
No. You're one too far, or one too ahead. Cordell, baby.
Cordell Stewart. Got on.
Cordell Stewart.
Slash.
Completing a 24-yard pass to Hines Ward and a 19-yard screen pass on an 8-play, 79-yard drive. And the bus finished it off with a bruising 1-yard touchdown run to cut the score 21-10. New England was forced to punt after Bledsoe was sacked. Troy Edwards returned the punt 28 yards to the Patriots' 32-yard line. And then 5 plays later, I don't remember how to say this guy's name. Amos?
Zero-way.
Yeah, Zero-way.
Yep.
I do not remember Amos. Why? I'm not remembering this play at all. He had an 11-yard touchdown run that made the score 21-17. And then early in the fourth quarter, Adam Vinatieri kicked a 44-yard bomb to put New England up 24-17. Later on in the quarter, the Patriots made 2 key stops to clinch their Super Bowl appearance. First, Cordell Stewart was intercepted, and it was returned 19 yards to the Steelers' 34. Pittsburgh's defense managed to prevent a first down, and Vinatieri missed a 50-yard field goal attempt that would have sealed the game, giving the Steelers the ball back on their own 40. But a few plays later, safety Lawyer Malloy, God, I love Lawyer Malloy, intercepted a pass from Cordell Stewart with 2 minutes left to go to seal the game, and the Patriots would run the clock out. Patriots win 24-17. So now you know how they both got there, and before we get there, a couple things to go over. There wasn't a whole lot of notable rules and changes and retirements and deaths and everything in between the 2000 and 2001 season. The biggest thing was the 2001 season would be the final season with 31 teams in 3 divisions, because in 2002 the Texans would start play, and there would then be 4 divisions added to each conference. Michael Vick was the number 1 overall draft pick in the 2001 draft class, and shortly before the draft, Troy Aikman would announce his retirement in April of 2001. Let's see. So then I got some more stuff in there about Super Bowl 36 and about the the safety protocol for 9/11, but I mean we kind of went through that anyway. Just know that there's never been a Super Bowl with more increased presence I mean, it's still, ever since 9/11, or, well, I guess before 9/11, the Super Bowl's always been a heavily secured event, but the one after 9/11 was like fucking bonkers.
Right.
And, I mean, they're still pretty heavily under security now with the advancement in technology, and, you know, they think people can explode shit with their phones, and they probably can.
Right.
But, so anyways, their schedule changes, and, let me look here, Kurt, see if we need anything to say. You got something?
No, I thought I did, but no.
You got nothing?
No, I got nothing. I have something else. I don't know what I was thinking there for a minute.
Squirrel.
You ever get squirrel and Luby?
Yeah.
It was hot today, bro.
dude, I was thinking about you so much today.
Like, it literally saps the energy out of me, man. I'm sitting here right now, and I need to be up moving around. You know what I mean? I get an air conditioning, man, after that day like it did it today, and it's like, wow.
Your car don't have air conditioning, does it?
Huh?
Your car don't have air conditioning, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it does?
I don't use it though.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if I got to work in the heat, I ain't gonna be riding in the air conditioning work. I will maybe have to work.
My AC unit upstairs is pretty much shot.
Yeah.
I need a new one to replace it, and since, you know, I'm not going to be I probably won't be here next summer.
Right.
I'm not going to spend the money to fix the place anymore.
Right.
So, I mean, we're blacked out, you know, aluminum foil and trash bags. Looks like a trap house.
What's the temperature?
But right now, upstairs, it's like 82. So, you know, if I didn't have the fans running, if I didn't have the window unit AC in, and if I didn't have everything trapped out, it'd probably be 96.
Yes.
But I'm down here in the basement with a fan on me, and it's like 71 down here in the basement.
There you go.
Plus, I'm on the part of the basement that's pretty much completely underground.
Right.
So.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you good? Do we need to?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I just had a moment there.
Well, let's pay another bill real fast.
Right.
I mean, I don't think we're going to pay them all tonight, but we can pay a couple.
Yeah, we'll pay a couple.
We'll pay a couple. So, oh shit, I almost hit stop record. That would have been bad.
Ooh.
Don't do that. Kurt would have been like, you can redo this one on your own. All right, here we go, bro.
All right.
So, guys, check out our girl, Nana's Aromas LLC. Nana is like our biggest supporter out of everybody. Check her out on Facebook. Check her out on the interwebs at nanasaromas.com. She's located up in Palmyra, Indiana, up in Harrison County. She's got a nice little candle store on her property there, but she asks that you call to schedule an appointment due to COVID. But, you know, she's got all sorts of candles. She's got air fresheners, warmers, melts, everything. Everything is custom made from her from start to finish, even the labeling. She does everything in small batches for better QC. And she sent us a free candle.
Yes.
I burned it last week a little bit.
It smells delicious.
It does smell good, though. It's blueberry cheesecake. Kurt was almost ready to lick the candle.
Yes. It smells that good.
But she will ship all over the U.S., all 50 states. She will ship, and she has got hundreds and hundreds of things in her online store. So give her a call at 812-972-3670. That's 812-972-3670. Or send her a message on Facebook and tell her the guys at Steel Toes and Scoreboard sent you. And they'll probably make her feel real good. Call her. I love Call her. Okay. So something I want to tell you.
Yeah.
The Rams entered this game going into this Super Bowl. I did a little digging on the research and a little article reading and everything, and going back to 2001, Vegas odds are always everything.
Right.
The Rams were 14-point favorites
Really?
heading into the Super Bowl. This is because Warner, statistically, had the best year of his career. He had a quarterback rating of 101, a completion rate of 68.7, and he threw for 4,800 yards. Many believe that the Patriots had a Cinderella story and it was just a fluke, especially after beating Oakland in a controversial playoff game. The Tuck rule, they thought the magic was going to run out. There had been speculation on whether longtime starter Drew Bledsoe might start the game instead of Tom Brady, because as stated before, Bledsoe had replaced Brady against the Steelers in the title game. Although it came out the week of the Super Bowl that Brady was going to start over Bledsoe. The Super Bowl also meant that Boston and St. Louis would play each other in the championship game or series of all four major North American sport leagues at least once, becoming the first time that had happened between teams from specific regions or cities. The Bruins had played the Blues in the Stanley Cup. The Celtics and the Hawks had faced each other in the NBA. The Cardinals and the Red Sox had faced each other in 46 and 67 in the World Series.
That's an interesting side note there. Yeah. I like it.
Like it?
Yes.
Okay. And then here you go. Here I just wanted to do this for you just real fast because what we were talking about earlier. The game was called by Pat Summerall and John Madden on color. This was Summerall's 26th and final Super Bowl broadcast on television or radio, his 11th doing the play-by-play. It was also the 8th and final Super Bowl telecast and final NFL telecast of any kind for the Summerall-Madden duo. The two would become the NFL's most famous broadcasting team since they were paired together in CBS on 1981. After this game, Summerall retired from broadcasting and Madden moved to ABC with Al Michaels.
Al Michaels, right.
As a result, Madden was the first person to announce Super Bowls on different networks in consecutive years when he called Super Bowl 37 on ABC with Al Michaels. Let's see here. Some more things. In a video segment, past and present NFL players read excerpts from the Declaration of Independence, which has become part of all subsequent Super Bowls since, carried by Fox Sports. Let's see here. Former President Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, and George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton appeared in another videotaped segment and recited some of the speeches by Abraham Lincoln. Because Ronald Reagan had Alzheimer's disease, his wife Nancy appeared in the segment in place of him. And George Herbert Walker Bush has become the first president, past or present, to participate in a Super Bowl coin toss in person. Reagan had participated in the Super Bowl coin toss on Super Bowl 19, but via White House, from the White House via satellite.
Okay.
And then the last thing before we get to the game here is just talking about what was noteworthy was the Patriots' entrance into the Superdome. Back then, players were introduced one at a time, offense, defense, and Belichick wanted the team to be presented together, and their name was the Patriots, and this was 2001. So,
wow, I forgot all about that.
They did. The NFL initially refused it, and basically Belichick said, well, you can fine us or do whatever the fuck you want, but we're all going in together because we're Patriots, it's our name, and 9/11, so just send me the fucking fine in the mail, basically.
Now, I will say for Belichick, that's pretty, I respect that,
I mean, it's the fucking Patriots, and we hate them, but I mean, it's Patriots, and it's 9/11, and it's...
Yes.
And then, yeah. Then, of course, and I'm not getting into it, but it's been ranked as probably one of the greatest, or as the greatest halftime show in history. I don't think so, but because of what it meant, U2 and Bono and how humanitarians they are and the whole 9/11 tribute, and we got it. Janet Jackson wanted to originally.
That was a good one.
Huh?
That was a good one there.
What?
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, she originally was selected to perform, but she did two years later, and I think we're all thankful for that.
Yes.
Shout out titties. It's my show. I can say titties.
Oh, yes, too.
Everybody loves titties.
Yes. Boobies.
Can't believe we said titty. Okay, so let's.
Boobies.
You said boobies. Good God, we said boobies and titties on air.
Oh, no.
Okay, so here we go. Meat and tater time. Let's get into it.
I don't.
Okay, so basically just a little breakdown of each quarter. I said period. What the fuck? This isn't hockey.
Or basketball.
Okay, the Rams scored first midway through the first quarter. As Rambo say, they drew first blood.
Blood, yeah.
Not me. So the Rams scored midway through the first quarter. Warner completed 6 of 7 passes for 43 yards on a 48-yard 10-play drive to set up a 50-yard field goal by Jeff Wilkins. At the time, the field goal was the third longest in Super Bowl history. While the rest of the quarter was scoreless, the Patriots were stifling the typically high-powered Ram offense by playing physical man coverage with the Rams receivers, which was forcing them into long drives that would end in punts or field goal attempts. Now, going back to what I
hit him too.
Oh yeah, going back to what I remember watching that, you didn't see St. Louis's receivers get bowed up like that.
No, and they were getting blowed up.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Huh?
Hardcore blowed up.
Hardcore. In the second quarter, the Rams drove to New England's 34-yard line, but Warner threw an incompletion on third down, and Wilkins had a 52-yard field goal attempt, and it went wide left. With 8:49 left in the second quarter, a blitz by linebacker Mike Vrabel, and boy, how versatile was Mike Vrabel? Because they used to put him in as tight end, and I loved watching him play tight end.
I love watching Mike Vrabel play just play football.
He's a Titans head coach, is he not?
Yeah. I mean, he's a gamer, dude. Yeah.
A class act too.
Class act, yes.
Anyways, Mike Vrabel led a blitz on Warner, who would be intercepted by one of my all-time favorite corners, Ty Law, on a pass that was intended for Isaac Bruce. Law scored on a 47-yard return to give the Patriots a 7-3 lead. With less than 2 minutes left in the first half, Warner would complete a pass to receiver Ricky Prohill at the Rams' 40-yard line, but New England defensive back Antoine Harris tackled him and forced a fumble, which was recovered by the Patriots. Tom Brady started off the Patriots' drive with a 16-yard completion to Troy Brown and finished with an 8-yard touchdown pass to David Patton with 31 seconds left in the half. By halftime, New England owned a surprising 14-3 lead. It was the first time in the entire 2001 season the Rams fell behind by more than 8 points in a game. So, to start the third quarter, the Patriots received the opening kickoff in the second half, but they couldn't do anything where they punted the ball. A 20-yard reception by receiver Aziz Hakeem, a 22-yard reception by Isaac Bruce, and a defensive pass interference penalty on the Patriots. The Rams advanced to New England's 41-yard line. However, on the next play, Vrabel and Richard Seymour sacked Kurt Warner for a 9-yard loss. Warner then threw Richard Seymour, number 93.
Damn good lineman, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Vrabel and defensive lineman Richard Seymour sacked him for a 9-yard loss. Warner would then throw incomplete passes, and the Rams had to punt the ball. Late in the third quarter, Smith intercepted a pass intended for Torrey Holt after Torrey Holt slipped coming off the line of scrimmage, and he returned the ball 30 yards to the Rams' 33-yard line. St. Louis defense did not give up a touchdown to the Patriots, although kicker Adam Vinatieri made a 37-yard field goal to increase the lead 17-3. So as we get into the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 36, The Rams responded by driving the Patriots' 3-yard line on their ensuing drive. 4th and goal, the Rams attempted to score a touchdown. Warner went back to pass, finding no one open, scrambled to his right, trying to run the ball himself. He fumbled the ball while being tackled by linebacker Roman Pfeiffer, which was recovered by defensive back Jones, who returned it 97 yards for a touchdown that would have increased the Patriots' lead to 23-3, but the play got called back for a holding penalty on Willie McGinnis, who basically, if you look, was like he was trying to bear hug Marshall Faulk.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was ever a blatant hold, it's like right here.
Right. He was
This gave the Rams a first down on the 1-yard line. On second down, Warner scored on a 2-yard touchdown run to cut the Patriots' lead 17-10. After Warner's touchdown, the Rams defense forced the Patriots to a 3-and-out. St. Louis would then drive from their own 7-yard line to New England's 36-yard line, aided by a 30-yard catch by Ricky Prohill. However, Warner would be sacked for a 16-yard loss on second down, pushing the Rams back to their 46-yard line, which means they punted the ball. So as we get to the 2-minute warning, the Rams are trailing 17-10. They forced New England to another 3-and-out and got the ball back on their own 45-yard line with 1:51 left to go. Warner would step up here. He would throw 3 consecutive completions to 3 different receivers, 18 yards to Hakeem, 11 yards to Murphy, and a 26-yard touchdown completion to Ricky Prohill that tied the game 17-17 with 1:30 left. Patriots had no timeouts left for their ensuing drive. So here we go. Here starts the Tom Brady shit.
Yep.
1:30 to go. Super Bowl tied. No timeouts. John Madden, for those of you that don't remember, skip to the highlights on YouTube. John Madden suggested the Patriots should just run the clock out and try to win in overtime.
Right.
But no, we couldn't have that. Tom Terrific's ego. New England attempted to get the winning score in regulation on the final drive. Belichick conversed with offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss, and they agreed to go for it. Charlie Weiss of Notre Dame.
Yes.
Belichick later stated, with a quarterback like Brady, going for the win is not that dangerous because he's not going to make a mistake. He's not an idiot. Brady opened the drive with 3 dump-off completions to running back J.R. Redmond, who got out of bounds on the last one and moved the ball to their 41-yard line with 33 seconds left. At this point, Madden admitted on the air that he now liked what the Patriots were doing. After an incomplete pass, Brady completed a 23-yard pass underneath to fucking Troy Brown again, who got out of bounds. Oh, yeah, he was. And followed it up with a 6-yard slant to tight end Jermaine Wiggins, who advanced to the Rams' 30-yard line. Brady spiked the ball with 7 seconds left, which set up Vinatieri's 48-yard field goal attempt. Vinatieri, who had never missed a field goal indoors, made the kick as time expired. It marked the first time in Super Bowl history that the game was won by a score on the final play, and the only second game where a field goal was decisive, with the first being in Super Bowl V between the Colts and the Cowboys.
Okay.
So 23, right? Or 20-17. 2017. Okay. Warner finished the game 28 completions on 44 attempts for 365, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and rushed 3 times for 6 yards and touchdown.
Where's the big names at though? Bruce and Holt were just shut him down.
Hang on, I didn't look at that. Hang on, I got a little ahead of myself.
I mean, the numbers were there, but it wasn't to the big players, big time players. They had him on ball.
Right.
Belichick was he's a genius when it comes to that shit.
Let's see here.
He was gonna make Ricky Prohill beat him and Hakeem and
Ricky Prohill.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Patriots had no turnovers. The Rams outgained the Patriots 427 to 267 in total yards, but New England forced 3 turnovers that they converted into 17 points.
That's the game right there.
Well, yeah. Yep. Not only are they committing turnovers, but they're turning those turnovers into points.
Right. Which Belichick seems to be a genius at that too. I don't know.
This was the New England area's first major championship since the Celtics won the NBA title in '86. The Rams' fourth quarter comeback of 14 points became the largest in Super Bowl history for a team to tie or take the lead in the fourth quarter until the Patriots and Falcons Super Bowl. Hey, you know how you like random fun facts?
Yes.
Okay. Like the ones that are like just so randomly stupid, you roll your eyes when I say them. Oh, you're laughing because you're laughing because you know this is going to be a good one, don't you?
Yep.
The Patriots are the second team to have worn 3 different colored jerseys in the Super Bowl, and one. Let's see, a red in Super Bowl 20,
which have been Bears against the Bears.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so I just go through and list all the Super Bowls. It's just they're I don't know why that's funny to me, but it was like different color, like because I love the dumb shit.
I mean, I wouldn't never thought of that. No.
Here you go. Here's a Joe Namath one for you. The Patriots were the second biggest Super Bowl underdog to win, behind only the Jets in Super Bowl III, who were underdogs against the Colts by 18 points.
Damn.
4 hours after the game ended, Tom Brady visited Bill Belichick's hotel room and asked if he had permission to go to Disney World, and Belichick said, "Of course you can go. How many times do you get to win the Super Bowl?" Well, for you motherfuckers, it was a lot.
I thought he was going to say they got into something else.
Let's see. So here you go, Kurt. Here's where we got to go do the old pat down and ball rub on the Patriots.
Okay.
I don't know about you, but I personally don't enjoy giving ball rubs, but we got to do it.
Yeah, okay.
The game started the Patriots dynasty, being the first of 9 Super Bowl appearances under duo Bill Belichick and quarterback Tom Brady. The Patriots finished the 2002 NFL season 9-7, missing the playoffs, but they went on to win the Super Bowl the next 2 years, completing what many consider to be the ultimate benchmark for a dynasty in sports, which is 3 championships in 4 years. They won their 4th, 5th, and 6th Super Bowls a decade after their 3rd. Brady also won 4 more Super Bowl MVP awards, 3 with the Patriots, and of course 1 with Tampa Bay, making him the only player to be named Super Bowl MVP 5 times. Some teams have never even been to a Super Bowl 5 times. Brady's got 5 Super Bowl MVPs.
Yeah. He's wicked gay.
Well, hang on. Here you go. I know you keep talking about Spygate.
Yes. And Deflate.
And Deflategate. Okay, listen. I love my Colts. Deflategate wasn't going to matter a thing. They killed us that game. There was no way we were going to win that game.
It's not the point, though. I mean, it's still cheating. I don't care how you I don't know.
Okay.
Nothing was done about it.
Super Bowl 36 became part of the wider 2007, which is 5 years later, became part of the 2007 Spygate controversy, the Patriots videotaping. In addition to other videotaping allegations, the Boston Herald reported, citing an unnamed source, that the Patriots had taped the Rams' walkthrough practice prior to the game. After further investigations, the league determined that no tape of the Rams' Super Bowl walkthrough was ever made, and the Herald issued an apology in 2008 for their article. Nevertheless, the Patriots finished the 2007 regular season with a perfect 16-0 record, but failed to record an undefeated 19-0 season because of the Giants.
Giants and Eli and Plaxico Bears.
At the conclusion of the 2015 NFL season, the Patriots held the NFL's best record since Spygate, compiling a 96-32 record from 2008 to 2015. Huh.
Huh.
So,
Like they was watching other teams walkthroughs, huh?
yeah.
Sure looked like it on the field when the game time comes.
After the Patriots won their first championship in franchise history, it started a run of a team in American sports from NCAA football and basketball and the other four majors in North America to win a franchise championship with a wait of 17 years or more between titles. For example, the streak is still continuing in 2022 after Georgia won the National Football Championship for the first time since 1980. The LA Rams won the Super Bowl for the first time since 1999. And the Colorado Avalanche won the Stanley Cup for the first time since 2001. So, word association.
Right on.
Tom Brady.
Go.
I hate you.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
the sucker does have the credentials, I guess.
Kurt Warner.
Greatest show on turf.
Marshall Faulk. Greatest show on turf.
The greatest show on turf.
Bill Belichick.
Mastermind.
Patriots linebacking core back in that era.
Very solid.
Vrabel, Brewski, McGinnis, Junior Seau,
Roman
Pfeiffer. Bill Belichick.
Yeah. Yes, Big Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
Mastermind, yeah.
The Tuck rule.
Don't really know if I understand it or not.
The Patriots win this Super Bowl with the Tuck rule.
Yeah.
Do the Patriots make the Super Bowl without the Tuck rule?
No.
Nice.
I don't think they do.
All right. Super Bowl 36.
Out of Foxborough, you know?
Super Bowl 36.
Good Super Bowl.
Here's what I'm going to say. Unfortunately, I need to improve my Googling. So far, I have not been able to find a Google list where they rank all of the Super Bowls like they have been the World Series.
Really?
However, I haven't found an official one from ESPN. There's people out there that make fan-made ones all the time.
All right.
This one, Super Bowl 36, this one is consistently, though, from all these fan-made ones and blog-made ones, is finishing in the top 10 a lot. So, and that's probably, I think I would put this one in maybe top 5 Super Bowls of all time.
Yeah, I have to agree, yeah.
Because it was very back and forth. It was, I don't know. It was interesting. It started a dynasty, and it's a feel-good story, 9/11. Yeah.
Like many, before that had been.
Pretty much.
I mean, the Bills, the poor Bills. Besides that one where they get beat with the last second field goal, I mean, the other three, they get trounced.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, okay. So, I guess that wraps up that.
Right.
So, I gave you a list at the beginning of the episode of.
You already know which one I'm gonna pick.
Well, I mean, I gave you 5 good ones, and I know it's coming down to.
There are 5 good ones.
It's coming down to.
It's coming down to.
Okay, I tell you what, it's either coming down to an outdoors episode or one of the 2 World Series episodes.
How'd you know?
Well, because you love baseball and you also love being outdoors all the time. Except for today. I bet you didn't spend much time outdoors when you came home tonight.
Hell no.
So
I need to go out to the garden and pick some sweet corn and green beans right now. I'll probably do that after.
You need to feed me some corn and green beans. You need to fix supper next time I come over.
I will.
Make us some
what we had last year?
country fried steak and garden fresh vegetables in the air fryer.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so what?
Making me hungry.
So which episode you picking? What are we doing next weekend? Because I got the kids this weekend.
I want to do the great outdoors, but then again, I know what our bread and butter is, and that 90 World Series was pretty good, dude.
I mean, it's hard. Even though the ones that are over in 4-game sweeps, they're still good series.
Still good series, and this is another surprise.
I was 3 years old in 1990. I do not remember this. I remember it in later years from rewatching.
Nobody's seen this coming, dude. Nobody.
The Reds over the A's, really?
Yep.
Would that have been the Bash brothers still in Oakland?
Would have been the Bash brothers, yes.
McGuire and Canseco. And
yes. All the 88, I mean, they're all still there.
So who was on them 90s Reds teams?
Terry Steinbeck, Connie Lansford was still there. Barry Larkin. Hal Morris. Mariano Duncan.
No shit.
Eric Davis, Chris Sabo, Joe Oliver, catcher, Rob Nibble. Yes, left-hander. I can't think of his name now. Tom Browning.
I feel like you're going to pick the 90 World Series now.
Yes, I'm going to.
Okay, so back to a World Series. Baseball's our usual bread and butter.
Right now, and it's baseball season.
It is baseball season.
It was a great World Series, even though it was a sweep. It was just, I mean, the bookies, I'm sure they were scratching their heads.
Because, I mean, from what I can remember from later years, after I got old enough to discover videotapes and TV and the internet, Oakland was the favorite going into that World Series, were they not?
Yes, big time. Big time.
And, this is the ultimate Cinderella story.
Yes, the Reds snuck up on everybody. Paul O'Neill would have been on that team.
That's what I'm going to name that episode, Cinderella.
Yes.
I think that's a good name for it.
Cinderella. And you know who the leader of that squad was Barry Larkin. He made it all go.
Barry Larkin.
Damn good shortstop.
Who was skipper for the Reds?
Lou Piniella.
Was it Lou Piniella?
It was Lou Piniella. It had to be.
Lou Piniella.
I'm thinking Lou Piniella.
You're probably right.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm thinking Lou Piniella, and La Russa was in the dugout for the A's.
Huh.
Is it?
I'm looking. Hang on.
Come on, Lou. Be there.
He's like, come on, Lou. Internet's slow in the basement.
Yeah.
1990 Cincinnati Reds.
Lou Piniella.
You know, Kurt, you're probably right.
Well, I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I'm thinking Lou Piniella, but...
Well, I'll tell you right here. Let's, you don't miss very often. Lou Piniella.
There you go. Yep. Be his only World Series win, I think. Well, outside of being with the Yankees and as a player. But
it was the 5th World Series championship for the Reds, and it was their first since winning back-to-back in 75 and 76.
Yep. And his team here was, I'm telling you, they surprised everybody that year, for sure.
Sabo was at third base, Billy Hatcher in left field.
There you go.
Larkin shortstop.
Wow.
Eric Davis center field, Paul O'Neill right field.
Yes.
First base.
Hal Morris.
No, Todd.
Todd
Benzinger.
Okay, yeah, I do remember Todd Benzinger. Yeah, but I think Hal Morris was on that team.
Hang on, let me see here. Joe Oliver was catcher. Mariano Duncan, you're right, second base.
Yep. He had a great series too. Mariano Duncan did.
Hal Morris
with Billy Hatcher.
Hal Morris, he had a 340 batting average that season.
Yeah, he played mostly against the right-handed.
You know who else we just forgot about?
Who's that?
Who else come off the bench? Batting 206 that season? Ken Griffey Sr.
There you go. I did not know it. Huh.
And the bullpen, oh man.
The nasty boys.
Browning, Jose Rio, baby.
Oh, yes.
Jack Armstrong, Danny Jackson.
Yes, Danny Jackson was a damn good.
Danny Jackson had a 3.61 ERA that season.
Pretty good.
Jose had the best, though. Jose had a 2.70 ERA.
I was just getting ready to say 2.70. Don't ask me how I knew that.
I don't. How did you know that?
I just seen it on a baseball card or something, and it just stuck. I got a photogenic memory sometimes.
Whoa. Rick, is that Rick Mahler?
Moeller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there too.
Yep.
And
Yeah, solid squad.
Ron Dibble.
Rob, man, yeah, Nasty Boys.
The Nasty Boys, it really was.
That's what they called him.
Randy Myers had 31 saves that season.
Hard throwing left-hander.
Man, you're all excited about this, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
We done covered 2% of the episode already. So you want to do the 1990 World Series?
If you're down with that,
I'm down with that, of course. And I need to get in touch with the After2Beers guys and tell them that your old ass is excited to talk baseball cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we're gonna have to drive. We're gonna have to go up there. I'll drive.
All right. It's all right.
I mean, can you sit still in a car for about 3 hours?
Yeah. You put on some easy listening country music or some rebel country music, I'll be all right.
We can blare Black Sabbath and AC/DC all the way up there.
That'll work too. What? Stop, get something to eat.
Oh yeah, I'll feed you. I'll let you know when. I'll touch base with them and we'll get a date picked out. It'll probably be next month sometime. So.
Okay. Yep, sounds good, dude.
All right, brother. I'll get this uploaded and tell everybody I said hey in the shithole and try to stay cool tomorrow.
Will do, man.
All right, brother. Catch you later.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.
All right, everybody. So for Kirk Kelly, I'm Jared Atkins. We hope you enjoyed our full-length, just drew a blank, our first full-length episode in almost a month here. Our first one done on a weeknight, but that was Super Bowl 36, Rams, Patriots, and we will catch you guys soon.